Hi guys, Move Well Coach here, and welcome to my handstand tutorial. Now the idea of these tutorials is that it should be accessible for anyone, so if you have little to no experience with the handstand, then we're going to build strength in the right areas in order for you to be able to have the confidence to try this new move. And throughout the weeks you'll get stronger and stronger until you have a beautiful looking handstand at the end. Again, don't put any time frame on it, but the aim is to just build strength in the shoulders and the wrists and other parts of the body. It's a great all-over body workout, and it may look unattainable now, but I promise you the handstand is attainable for you. So, the first thing you want to do is you want to build strength in the areas we need to. Strength and stability is important in a handstand, and very important is the wrists, guys. So we need to make sure the wrists are mobile, strong and stable. Of course the shoulders as well. Most of the body is worked during a handstand. We need to engage the glutes and pelvic region as well. So the first two exercises I'm going to give you is going to be some wrist strengthening exercises, okay? So you find a position that's comfortable for you. We want to make sure that the shoulders are over the wrists at all times during this exercise. And move the knees as close as you need to, because we want it to be a little bit of a challenge, but it needs to be easy enough to do 10 reps with quality, good quality. And the further your knees are away from your arms, it increases the difficulty. So to start this move, first one, wrist extension, sorry. And we're going to push our forearms, we're facing ahead of us. So I'm turning the crook of my elbow to face that way, okay? So, and all we're going to do then, turn the elbows outwards and push that through the wrist, like so. Nice and controlled. And we're going to do 10 reps of these. 7, 8, 9 and 10. So that's the first exercise. The second exercise is again the wrists, but this time we're going to come onto our fists. Again, shoulders over the hands, straight line from the shoulder to the wrist, and we're going to go from fists to the backs of the hands and back up again. So 1. Again, control is important here. We don't want to be dropping down, we want to be controlled at all times. And 10. So that's the second exercise, and we want to do 3 sets of that in total. And in between the sets of wrist exercises, we're going to do a handstand bodyline drill, but on the floor. So essentially what we're doing is emulating the line we want our body to be in during the handstand, but without the pressure on the shoulders, because we're just doing it on the floor. So I want you to take a stick. I'm using a broom handle, so get creative with this. Any sort of household item that you can find that looks like a stick. The idea is we want our toes to be pointed, feet elevated. I'm going to roll the hips, that's important. Pelvic tilt, so that my lower back is glued to the floor at all times, and arms up off the floor, okay? It requires quite a lot of core strength, guys, and if you haven't got the core strength for this, I'm going to show a progression that you can use instead. So I start flat, I roll my pelvis upwards so that my lower back is pinned to the floor, feet up, and my hands raised. We're going to hold this for anywhere between, we want to aim for a minute, but that is going to be tricky for some people. So the first aim would be, say, 15-20 seconds. Engage in the glutes, engage in the abdominals. Just holding. Remember to breathe. Keeping my back pinned to the floor and adjusting my pelvis. If the back creeps off the floor, you've just got to pin it back down using your glute muscles and your pelvic muscles. Okay, good, guys. Now, If it's too difficult to keep your feet off the floor, you can do it with the feet on the floor, or you can just maybe just a little knee bend. And here I'm still engaging the muscles I need to because I'm still doing the pelvic tilt and my arms are still off the floor. So maybe work if this was too much of a struggle with the feet up, then you can do that progression. Just put the heels on the floor and then come here like this. Again, the closer the knees are to the bum, the easier it's going to be. So you adjust accordingly. Okay. So that's 3 exercises. You've got the 2 wrist strengthening exercises and the bodyline drill on the floor. We're going to do supersets of those. So wrist exercises, 10 of each. And then, like I said, aim for 15 to 30 seconds of the bodyline drill. And 3 sets of those in total to build strength and stability in the shoulders. So the first one is going to be the planche hold. So we want to come into a presser position. Again, rolling the crooks of the elbows so they're facing ahead of me. Now, we want to push through the scapulars. So I'm pushing upwards with my scapulars. You see this? Push up through. And lean forward a little bit over the wrists to put a little bit of pressure on the wrists. You want to build strength there, remember. You can come up onto your toes if it's easier. And we're just going to hold for 10 seconds. 5. Engaging my abdominals, engaging my glutes. In a handstand, you want to be engaging all these areas. So let's train them up now. Okay, so you want to hold that for between 10 and 20 seconds. And the next one we're going to do is a little bit like the bodyline drill we did before. However, this time we're going to have a nose to floor, so our stomachs will be on the floor. And we're just going to hold the bar ahead of us. And we're going to just arms straight, do little shoulder raises like this. It's really good for building strength and stability in the shoulders. So, remember the pelvic tilt, so look, my lower back is going to flatten. Feet can be on the ground for this one. Flatten the lower back. Nose to floor. And we go. So that's 2 strength building exercises for the shoulders. For the planche hold, we want between 10 and 20 seconds. And for the shoulder raises, we're going to do, say, 10 to 20 reps. And we'll do 5 sets of those. Okay, so we've got our wrist strengthening exercises, our bodyline drill where our back is to the floor. We've got the planche hold, which builds strength in the shoulders, and the shoulder raises on the floor. All of these are really testing the whole body because we want to be engaging the whole body during these exercises, okay? And the last thing we're going to do is just a nice stretch for the muscles around the shoulder joint, the top of the back, just to stretch it out, just to relax the muscles a little bit after a hard session. So, elbows come here. Okay, guys, we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. So, in total, the wrist exercises with the bodyline drill back to floor. So guys, if you've got little to no handstand experience, I want you to run this program for 2 weeks. So that's the wrist strengthening exercises with the drill on the floor, back to floor, which will be, we'll do 3 sets of those each, back to back. And then the planche hold and the nose to floor bodyline drill with the shoulder raises. We'll do 5 sets of those. And the stretch at the end, I would do 3 sets of those, 30 seconds each. You can do this between 3 and 5 times a week, almost every day. You can do this almost daily. And yeah, guys, enjoy. Okay, guys, so once you've done 2 to 3 weeks of strength building that we've shown previously, now we can get started with the actual handstand. So the idea is we want to use a wall. So I would advise wearing socks if you don't want to dirty your wall. And we're going to start quite far, like with a bigger distance away from the wall to make it a little bit easier for ourselves, okay? So again, we want to warm up with the wrist exercises and maybe the bodyline drill with a stick. And then we're going to come to a sort of a seated squat position. I like to start in a squat, but if you want to start on your toes, that's fine. Put your hands to the floor, feet up to the wall. And now we're going to engage our handstand line. So engage the glutes, point the toes, feet touching, toes pointed, glutes engaged, pelvis rolled under, push through the arms, lock the elbows out, and just hold it here. And to start with, I'd aim for a 10 to 20 second hold there, okay? We're going to do 5 sets, 30 seconds rest in between. Once you've done a few weeks, you can gradually edge closer to the wall, and eventually you should be able to walk your way to the wall and engage the handstand from here. Again, same principles. Feet pointed, toes pointed, feet touching, glutes engaged, pelvis rolled under, pushing through the arms, and the arms are straight and strong. Hope you enjoy, guys.